gotten notifications, you can come in. This is Catherine Johnson, servant of the Lord. I want to say good morning to you or greet you wherever you are, whatever time it is. Just hello, God bless you. But I'm coming back, and I'm coming back with a lot of lives because God is dealing with me about the times that we're in. The other day, Saturday, there was attempted assassination on a presidential candidate, and the reviews and how people felt about it was mixed. So you see there's a division in this nation regarding who we're going to select. It's typical, but the hostility. There were other people that died at this rally in Philadelphia, I believe, and some said it was rigged. It was staged. God is showing me in this time and season a lot of hostility and hatred. There's a division, a great division in this nation, and it's great, great deception. And it's subtle. It's similar to what was in the Garden of Eden. So I want you to go back to the book of Genesis and read what happened in the Garden of Eden. What was said to Eve? How did that transpire? Because that's important for you as believers to understand what kind of deception you're dealing with now. It's causing division. And God gave me a title for this message, Beware of Romans Bearing Gifts. And I know it's a secular meaning, but it has a spiritual biblical understanding because the enemy comes subtly. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He comes as an angel of light. But his method is, his MO is to kill, steal, and destroy. But he comes as an angel of light. I know I'm repeating that. Someone needs to hear that. God told me to put it in that order and then reorder it. Please follow me. This could save someone's ministry. God is showing me that there are new ministries he's erecting, and God showed me that years ago. There are some ministries God has been dealing with. He shut them down. They're not going to say that they've been shut down, but they know it. A lot of them are not ministering at the height, the capacity they used to minister at. And they're saying, well, there's something new. God said, use discernment. See, God will put a minister in the corner, shut down close his doors, have his parishioners to go someplace else because he's not in his will. Please follow me. But he won't tell you. That minister will not tell you what's going on. You notice the change. God is not receiving his sacrifice, but he's receiving yours. You really need to pay attention. There are ministers that are still ministering. God is dealing with them. They're not at the capacity that they should be. But they're serving another God. They're into divination. That's really what got them as far as it got them. And they're looking for other ministries that they can attach to. It's like to drain the blood from them so they can continue on. Be careful with this. Understand how the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. The life of anyone is in the blood. And God has covered your ministry with the blood. They come to siphon it. That's how they get their power. See, the enemy knows the operation of the blood. He knows the power of it. He knows what blood sacrifices mean and the power of them. We as believers, we cannot be ignorant out here. We cannot be naive to the powers that be. There's some old ancient ministries that's still walking around, and they'll pick you up, and this is what they'll say. They'll be able to divine, to see into familiar spirits what you're struggling with. And they'll come to you with a word. It'll be a right now word. And you'll embrace them. They'll get into your personal space. And if you don't have the protective people around you, they can come in and cause great damage. Because some leaders are very vulnerable right now. They're coming out and they're very, very frustrated. I'm going to say it like that. They're really trying to do God's will. They're trying to please everyone. Some of the attributes they have, God didn't give it to them, but they're vulnerable, and God is still dealing with, and they see this. And they'll come because they see what you have. And it's like Jacob and Esau. What do you want to give to me? And you have to be careful because they will coerce you to give up what God told you not to give to anyone, because they see it and they know they can get it. See, understand that we cannot, the anointing we can't, God gives us, okay? But to give it up, they can't take it. We have to give it up. And the enemy's attacking me because of this. Understand that, so please follow me. God is telling me to tell you, beware of those Romans bearing gifts. They come with what you perceive as being a gift. They're able to prophesy, and they're lying. But they'll go into your life, and you'll say, nobody ever knew that. I never told anybody. They must be from God. Understand the spirit of discernment. They can prophesy and give you a word that's right. They write in your video, but they're not from God. And the Holy Spirit will tell you. And because you are in that zone of wanting and hungry for a word of direction, they come. And they'll misguide you. And just the grace of others around you that are watching, they see this. So I'm speaking to other ministries, your new ministries, your old ministries. They come. Some of them are older ministries. They've been in ministry for a while, but God has dealt with them. God has judged them. Do you understand? And they're trying to run away from God. It's like the whale issue. Jonah and the whale. Jonah was running from God. God told him to do something. He didn't do it. And he ran to a group of people and caused great havoc. They were trying to figure out what was going on. But some of them remember when it happened. They remember when Jonah stepped into this video, all hell broke loose. So they knew this was him. And then after they put him out, things became normal. So that's how they knew. Please follow me. Please rewind this tape and listen to it. They knew by the Spirit, they knew how he came in, what happened. And they knew that it was him after they put him out. Please do not be ignorant in this time. People die because of lack of knowledge. God says that. People don't reject, they don't want knowledge. And another thing, they listen to those that got the highest views, highest accolades, okay? Because they talk over. The enemy will use them. They're loud. They got a lot of people. They speak things, but they're off. And the ones God give the word to, it's hard to hear them. Or you don't take them seriously. Big mistake. Ask God to increase your discernment. Double it. Because in this time, the enemy is coming with great wrath. And he's coming, he looks very gifted. He looks like he could help you in many ways as possible. You need that. And you have not looked at the people around you. But they come as an angel of light. There's a lot of ministries God has judged. And they're still walking this earth because God is merciful. They're Jonahs. They've been disobedient to God. And you'll know when they come in, it may be subtle, but all hell is going to break loose. You'll see division. You'll wonder why. Be careful with that intimate circle. Leaders, believers, be careful with that intimate circle. Anyone that's new coming in, you're going to have to vet them spiritually. Not only physical, spiritually. You'll know. You don't openly welcome people because they have a name and a status. You don't know where they've been. You can't do that. It's a matter of life and death, believers, leaders. You asking, who am I? I'm a servant of the Lord. That's all I'm going to say. You believe a prophet, you receive a prophet's reward. It's up to you. But you're dealing with something. Those that are listening, you happen to come upon this word. You're dealing with something. Someone has come in and they brought all kinds of things and they're talking, and beware of all their talking. And they're not doing anything, but they can speak a word into your life. They know how to push those emotional buttons. Check up on them. Do a spiritual background check. Ask God where they're at now. Many of them are liars. Trace their histories. Find people that know them, have known them. What has happened to them? Why did they go down the way they did? A lot of them have scandals. And another thing you're going to notice about them, money. It's always about money for them, about fleecing the sheep. This is just, they're wolves in sheep clothing. They fleece sheep. They go after sheep. And they're always and you'll wonder why. And then your people are telling you, look, this is not right. Oh, you have to be careful. And sometimes there's a seduction because of beauty. They have this spirit of seduction, lust, a perverted spirit. They're pulling you. Some of you may be single, men and women. They come in and they have a lust, perverted spirit. But you don't know that. So I tell any leader, have an intimate relationship with God. Spend time with God. Because when the devil comes, you will know. You can resist him. And he will flee. You can do it in love. You don't have to say, devil, I rebuke you. No. If you have to do that, fine. But if not, you can just say, we don't have need for your services. Thank you. And go from there. And anything they speak, you speak love. So I love you. God told us to do this and we're being obedient. We hear from God too. That's what you say. So I'm done with this word. I just hope it falls on the hearts, the ears, and the minds of those that are listening to this. Because God, we're in dangerous times. These are perilous times. A lot of new ministries are trying to come forth. And that old devil sees that. He doesn't want them to come forth and do the end time work. You understand, you are end time ministry. So the warfare against you is going to be very intense. You have to know that. You can't come out here like a nomad and just silly, not sure where you're going, because they see that. It's like you coming from a good area to a bad neighborhood. You're dealing with gangs and everything. They see you. And they see you're vulnerable. God said to be wise as a serpent and innocent as a dove in this time. God said to meditate on that word. God bless you.